Good evening, Your Eminences and Graces, Holy Hierarchs, representatives of the various authorities, ladies and gentlemen. By the grace of God, with the prayers and blessing of His All-Holiness, the Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew, we are gathered today at the joyful moment of the opening of the 6th International Conference of the Network of the Ecumenical Patriarchate for Pastoral Health Care, with the theme Accessing Health and Approaching the Sufferer. I welcome you with particular joy, and I would like to thank the Most Reverend Brother Metropolitans for responding to the invitation to send their representatives to our event. I thank my collaborators who made every possible effort to prepare for this, especially the coordinator of the network, Father Stavros Kofinas. We are grateful that the Holy and Sacred Synod of the Patriarchate, with the blessing of His All-Holiness, designated the metropolis of Rhodes as the seat of the Patriarchal network. There is no doubt that the network of the Patriarchate has now become an important part of our metropolis. I had already proposed at the first conference that permanent representatives from the brother metropolises be appointed so that the network would have cohesion, and I'm glad that this has prevailed. I also welcome the delegates who are joining us for the first time. From this position, I especially thank the speakers who accepted our invitation. We hope that the effort you put into preparing your presentations will be compensated by the joy you will give us. Above all, I thank the donors who are with us tonight, as well as all those who have offered benefits and love. The theme, the topic of the conference, Accessing Health and Approaching the Sufferer, touches upon sensitive issues of today's world. Although the ability to communicate with each other has become much easier compared to previous times due to the rapid progress of technology, one would expect there to be more harmony among people. However, only harmony and unity do not seem to exist. The new world order that is taking shape has created a sense of uncertainty that prevails everywhere, a fear and a lack of trust that undermines even the best efforts at solidarity and leads to violent, irrational behaviors, so that care and health cannot be provided. Saint Maximus the Confessor writes that if one wants to live a complete and healthy life, one must experience the harmony that existed in nature when God created it. This harmony leads the human being to well-being, in which free will and the use of our spiritual powers are coordinated and united through divine communion with the will of God to love God and our neighbor as ourselves. Subsequently, this loving relationship leads to eternity, to the ever-being. The words of St. Maximus are based on the words of Apostle Paul, who exhorts us to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as you are called in one hope for your calling. The members of the body cannot function without the other members. God has assembled and connected the whole body, and each member contributes to the growth and formation of the body in the love of God. Here, St. Paul speaks of the body of the Church, but at the same time, his exhortation includes the constitution of human nature. If we suffer from anything today, It is the division that prevails among us, as everyone tries to claim or protect their private personal interests. States either wage war against each other or spend a significant part of their budget to buy weapons, while reducing their budget for humanitarian aid. The main factor in things and decisions is economic interests, which create relentless competition. I recently heard an interview given by a politician who is also a major businessman, in which he said that there are two kinds of people, those who fight and kill and those who do not kill. Those who kill succeed in life, while those who do not kill lose. And he concludes by declaring, I am with those who kill.
I've killed thee.
This perception has infiltrated today's societies, social relationships, marital cohabitation, and even among young people, where violence is rapidly increasing, galloping. The question naturally arises, is this the world we want? What kind of society do we want to create? To answer this question, the keynote speech of our conference will examine what is a healthy society. This year, our conference is held alongside the celebration of the 1500th anniversary of the First Ecumenical Council in Nicaea. The fathers who gathered in Nicaea considered heresy, which caused discord and ultimately division, as a wound in the body of the Church. It was not simply a disagreement on a theoretical or philosophical level, but a spiritual trauma that threatened the unity and the health of the ecclesiastical body. With the confession of the homoousios, consubstantiality of the Son and the Father, the fathers in Nicaea sought to heal the rift in faith and restore the theological and spiritual integrity of the Church. From a pastoral perspective, their decision had profound consequences. The observance and proclamation of the correct Orthodox faith was considered a therapeutic act, a kind of spiritual medicine that ensures that the faithful worship the true Christ, the healer of souls and bodies. Conversely, error, which according to St. John Chrysostom has its roots in pride, was seen as spiritual pathology, capable of distorting not only faith, but the entire way of life of a person. Thus, the formulation of the faith at Nicaea was not simply a dogmatic event, but a pastoral work of healing, an act of ecclesiastical medicine, aiming at the healing, unity, and spiritual health of the entire body of the Church, the polity, and the whole world. There has always been various currents within the Church that divided the faithful and created various disturbances. Today, there is a deep division caused by fanatic and zealotic tendencies that express a legalistic, a juridical understanding of religion and create closed groups of people, a new Pharisaism which cultivates a sick religiosity, reproducing fear, obsession, and dependence on pseudo-healers who humbly present themselves as saviors. St. Isaac the Syrian tells us, "The envious person never attains peace of mind, and the one who is a stranger to peace is also a stranger to joy. For if peace of mind is called perfect health, and envy is contrary to peace, it follows that whoever has this evil zeal suffers from a great disease." I'm sure that the session dealing with sin and illness will touch on this subject. St. Isaac continues saying, "The beginning of the wisdom of God is gentleness and meekness, which comes from magnanimity and bears the weaknesses of people. For," he says, You who are strong should bear the weaknesses of the weak, and the one at fault should be corrected with a spirit of gentleness. Apostle Paul includes peace and patience among the fruits of the Spirit. If we want to approach our fellow human being, especially one who suffers physically or existentially, we need to rid ourselves of all bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, evil speaking, as well as every other malice. Let us be kind and tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, hath forgiven you. We have gathered here with the blessings of our Ecumenical Patriarch to unite as ministers of the great Church of Christ and to collaborate and reflect on how we can improve the care we offer to our fellow human beings. The times we live in are complex, and for this reason our work presents new difficulties. But if we rely on our faith and hope in the philanthropic God, as long as we remain united among ourselves and hold fast to His love, He will guide us to act worthily of the Lord, pleasing Him in every good work. I welcome you once again warmly. Even though scattered to the ends of the earth, each where God has placed them to serve His Church, today we are together, united, experiencing the spiritual joy of the communion of our persons, the unity of our faith, under the loving protection and within the warm embrace of the Mother, Holy Great Church of Christ, here in our Rhodes, the island that has always functioned and continues to function as a place of meeting. On behalf of His All-Holiness, the Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew, we declare the opening of the proceedings of the 6th International Conference of the Network of the Ecumenical Patriarchate, wishing every success in its work and the blessing of God in the life and works of all of you participating. Welcome. Stay well.